So you want to get smart, huh? Okay, so you've decided you want to become smart. Bold move. Most people think that means 12 years of school, 4 years of college, and then, for the truly broken, 6 more years of grad school. And then, drumroll, you emerge from your education cocoon as broke and unemployed. Congratulations, you're now fluent in Shakespearean insults and can't afford rent. But hey, at least you can write your jobless sob story in flawless grammar on Reddit. Now, if you couldn't already tell from the title, getting smart isn't actually that deep. Even if you think your brain is running on potato settings, compared to animals, you're basically an overclocked PS5. So when people say, I want to get smarter, they usually mean stuff like learning cool skills that can make money, solving problems, ideally for money, getting better grades, to get a better job, to get more money, flexing on people with your gigabrain, sounding just smart enough in convos so people respect you, but not so smart they think you eat dictionaries for breakfast. But here's the problem. Most how to be smart advice online is just vibes. Like spiritual Instagram quotes type of vibes. Stuff only Oprah or a time-traveling Socrates could actually use. So when you go looking for real tips, all you find is eat blueberries, drink black coffee, sleep 8 hours, listen to Mozart, take IQ tests for fun. Which sounds healthy and all, but at some point, you gotta actually learn stuff. Like even historical geniuses were pulling all-nighters with 2 hours of sleep, chained to a desk, not doing yoga in the morning with Beethoven blasting. So what's the secret sauce? One word, reading. What kind of reading? Depends. Fiction makes you read faster, builds vocab, and if you read a lot of dialogue, it low-key feels like having friends. We take what we can get. Nonfiction. The cheat code for sounding smart in convos. Read one book and suddenly you're dropping random facts like, actually, humans didn't evolve from chimpanzees. We just vibed on Earth at the same time. Evolution is more like a branching mess than a straight line. Just don't start with, well, actually, unless you want to get roasted. Want to sound smart and like a decent human being? Try this instead. Them. It's crazy we evolved from chimps, huh? You. Right? I was reading the other day that we didn't really evolve from them. More like, we both evolved side by side. Wild stuff. Boom. Smart, chill, not a jerk. Now where do you find these magical knowledge books? Easy. Pick a random topic, like, I don't know, cleaning. Google, best books about cleaning. Find one that doesn't look like it was written in the Stone Age. Maybe you accidentally stumble onto a very legal website that lets you accidentally download that book for free. Oops. Once you've got the book, congrats. You've got content for convos and actual skills. But hold up. Before you become Skillzilla, here are a few truths. 10 things you should know before learning anything. If you don't use it, your brain deletes it like spam emails. You only need to learn 20% of the stuff to do 80% of the thing. It's called the 80-20 rule. Work smart, not suffer. The learning curve is real. First you suck, then you suck a little less, then boom, you don't suck. No one learns how to tie a tie just by watching a video. You learn by watching it while looking like you're in a wrestling match with a piece of cloth. Want to be smart? Don't wait 20 years in a student loan the size of a spaceship. Read stuff, practice stuff, teach others without being a know-it-all. And remember, smart is needigwe nerd. Smart equals useful, plus chill. How to actually remember stuff from books, so you don't just become a walking trivia bot. So you're reading books now? Wow, look at you, all intellectual and stuff. But here's the catch. Books don't make you smarter. Yeah, I said it. They only make you smarter if your brain thinks the info is worth remembering. Otherwise it just goes, cool story bro, and yeets it into the memory trash. Give your brain a reason. Let's say you're reading a chapter about cleaning your room. Big oof. Now, here's the trick. Go clean a room. Doesn't even have to be your room. Kick open your sibling's door like, I read one chapter, I am now the cleaning messiah. You're welcome. Once your body does the thing, your brain locks in the knowledge like, aha, this isn't useless. Boom. Permanent memory unlocked. But what if you can't practice right now? Like, let's say you're reading about how to jumpstart a dead car. But plot twist, you don't have 2 cars just chilling in your driveway. Shocker. Here's the move. Use your imagination. Yeah, that dusty muscle in your head that used to create scenarios where your crush texts you back, use that. Visualize it like a movie. In the car. Cabinets. Helpful car. You in sunglasses and confidence saving the day with jumper cables like a roadside superhero. Watch a video, pretend it's your car, mentally walk through every step. Your brain's like, OMG, we used this info in real life, sorta. Now it remembers. Meanwhile, the person who just stared at the diagram and tried to memorize it, they'll be standing in front of a dead car like, wait, red cable goes to what now? Or you're reading books now. Wow, look at you, all intellectual. Welcome to the system we call school. This is literally how school works. They teach you something you won't need for 15 years. So what do? They make you pretend it's important by giving you a test. Hey, you better remember the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, or you fail. And your brain goes, oh dang, social embarrassment? I'm listening. In South Korea, if you fail, you get prison time. Just kidding, that's only if you cheat. Probably. The problem is, once the test is over, your brain's like, well, that was fun. Delete, repetition, mind maps. Pfft. Some people go full Hermione mode with spaced repetition, color-coded notes, and beautiful mind maps. But want to know the real secret? Practice questions. Yup, the most boring-sounding method is actually S tier. Practice questions trick your brain into thinking, this is a real situation. We might need this info to survive. And your brain's like, OMG, activate long-term memory. No practice questions? Make your own. And raise the stakes. You're dangling off a cliff. Someone's trying to save you. But first, you must name all the organelles of a cell, or fall to your doom. Learning is a lot more fun when it feels like a Netflix thriller. Why textbooks are the real MVP, even if they're dry AF. Let's be honest. Textbooks are like the broccoli of learning. Boring? Yes. Fun as a YouTube video? Nope. But effective? Absolutely. No fluff. No crossed, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. And then just straight up brain fuel and practice cry. If you can't solve them, you flip 387 pages back to the appendix, like you're Indiana Jones searching for ancient wisdom. Textbooks aren't casual. They're the dark souls of learning. But if you're brave enough to face them, you level up fast. No shortcuts, just raw knowledge. And hey, you might accidentally stumble onto a certain shady-looking website where you accidentally type the name of the textbook into the search bar and oops, accidentally download it for free. Oh no, what a tragedy. TLDR, want to get smart? Use what you learn. Practice it, or at least pretend you're going to need it to survive. Make your brain think it's urgent. Textbooks equals pain, but also power. YouTube equals fun, but temporary amnesia. Now go learn something and pretend it's life or death. Your brain loves the drama.